Hey guys, I'm going to give you a Offlane replay commentary today. This one's just going to be on decision making and how to abuse bad safe lane play. In this one I'm going to be playing Clockwork and I'll be going against a safe lane Spectre, and it's probably a combination of CM Rubik or Witch Doctor. So what I'm going to do right here is I know that their safe lane is pretty low damage since their carry is a Spectre and they have a Rubik who is also pretty low damage. So I can be really aggressive for this first wave. And I'm just gonna stay up here, and I'll back off if both supports come, but if they don't, I just stay up here and last hit. I can also harass the Spectre. And I know I'm going to hit level 2 off of this, and this Spectre played really greedy. She stayed around even though there was a double wave, and with the help of the creeps and I get her in my battery assault, I can just kill her really easily. That's just a really bad misplay on Spectre's part. I didn't really do anything special. She kind of underestimated the amount of damage she would take from creeps and my ability to trap her in cogs because I have better movement speed than her by like 20 or something, I think. And her supports weren't around, which is a bit strange on their part because they should be protecting a really weak Spectre. But that kind of stuff leads to really good openings that you can convert into easy kills. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to walk away from the Rubik but close to the Spectre so that I can trade hits with the Spectre really well. What this will do is that it'll put creeps between me and the Rubik, but also make me able to harass the Spectre really well. And you see this Rubik comes up to harass me, but he takes all his creep damage because the creeps are in between me and him. And what I'm going to do here is I see the Rubik because of the ward I placed, so I'm just going to run at him. And what this forces the Spectre to do is, you see she has to dagger and go help her Rubik, and she's going to miss a few creeps because of it. This is something you should do as the offlaner that not a lot of people do enough, I think. You don't have to always be harassing this, the carry. If you threaten the supports, the carry will have to focus their attention off of last hitting, and they have to go help their support or else they're gonna die, right? So that way they miss last hits by sort of moving off the lane to help their support, and you slid on their farm that way instead of trying to pressure them by harassing them or whatever. Alright, so here I'm gonna be a little more passive because if you notice they have 2 range creeps and their creeps are all really high HP and my creep wave is about to die. So if I go aggressive on them, I can take a lot of damage from creeps, which I don't want to do. You should always be conscious of the number of creeps you have in your wave, and if you can trade and be aggressive without taking too much damage or dying. It's really important for an offlaner to be able to recognize when his creep wave is advantageous to him or not. It can mean the difference between a kill and being killed. And I see this Rubik's really harassing me, so I'm just gonna play back a little bit. I know the creeps are still at a disadvantage for me until the tower starts to hit them, so I don't want to be too aggressive. I can just kind of sit back and leech experience. And I see this Rubik running out to the right, and I notice the clock is at 350, so he's gonna check the rune, which means this Spectre is alone. So I just instantly cog him, and I can battery assault. And if the Rubik was there, he would have been able to save her, but since he's checking the rune, the Spectre is an easy kill. That's also something you want to be paying attention to, which is basically when supports are going to be doing other stuff, not in lane. And this Rubik's going to go for the kill here, but he doesn't have enough damage. Anyways, I was trying to bait him into chasing me, but he was a bit smart. What you should know is when supports are going to be pulling or checking their rune or doing other stuff like smoking or stuff like that. Some supports, it's really obvious when they're going to try to go gank or whatever. But knowing the timings for stuff like that really allows you to know when you can be aggressive on their carry or not. So like pull timings usually at 13 to 15, and then you know you can sort of get a few harass shots in on the carry and the supports won't be there. This is obviously if you don't block their camp. I really like putting a ward where I put it in this game, where it doesn't block the camp, but it gives vision of the supports. Because that way sometimes they'll go for a pull, and they don't realize that they're leaving their carry exposed because they're pulling. And that really opens up a lot of kill opportunities and opportunities to pressure the carry. And with this ward, you know when they're going for the pull at all times. So it's really nice. Especially on an offlaner who has high kill potential like a Clockwork. Alright, so I've got my level 6. The rest of this game is just going to be me doing Clockwork things. So I'm not going to drag it on too long. I just want to make one last point before I finish though. It's what I said about knowing the timings for supports. This is why it's really important to not pigeonhole yourself into only playing one role. You really need to know the timings and intricacies of other roles in order to play Dota effectively. Because if you don't understand how to play support, or you don't understand how to play carry, you won't know the best way to do things. So you won't know the opposing player's thoughts, right? Like if you don't know what the pull timings are, you wouldn't know like when you can be able to go disrupt the pull, or when you can be able to like harass the carry. If you don't know where carries like to farm, like what the farm pattern is usually like, you can't really be that effective as a ganker because you won't know where the carry is farming. Just stuff like that. Obviously you can play Dota like well, but to play it at a really good level, you really have to understand every role. Alright, I think I've done enough rambling and talking. If you like this kind of replay commentary, decision making kind of stuff, I can do more of it. It's hard to find really good games though, so I'm not too sure. I'll do one for supports and how to zone the offlaner next, and how to avoid getting outplayed by offlaners like this and not making huge mistakes. So look out for that video. I'll probably do it sometime in the next week. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.